Hello, how you doing? This is Rebecca. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video just for Dianna. So Dianna, if you see this, I mean, you know I was gonna make this when I got around to it. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on the channel, but if I do, I'm talking as if I am putting it on the channel just in case I do. All right, so I've already started this bookmark. Dianna on Sunshine Baubles and Bling, her YouTube channel, that's the name of it. She was trying to make a bookmark and she was like, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to end it. Do you have any ideas? And I started thinking about it and I'm like, man, that's kind of a tough one. I don't know. For some reason, like it felt really tough and I wasn't feeling very creative. And so here I am. I have some alone time today. Hopefully I have more alone time every day in the future. Well, Monday through Friday. And I won't say much more than that. But yeah, so let's look at what I have already done. I got kind of an Ethiopian wolo ring. It's like a money ring type style. Dianna did her bookmark with her fiber ribbons wrapped around a ring. And so I did the same thing just to kind of give the same feel of what she was doing. To see what I thought might be a fun way to end the bottom part. So here you can wrap your fiber around, take some 22 gauge German style wire, and what is this color? Antique brass color. There's the color, there's the gauge, and then it's a round wire. Medium temper. So medium temper is going to be a little tougher to work with than say these type of wires like a craft wire or a pure copper wire. These, let me just cut a piece off so I don't make a mess. So this is 22 gauge Bead Smith craft wire. So it's a different brand, it's a different type of wire. It's a lot easier to use than German style sometimes because it's, watch this, like look how soft that is. It's so soft. Now this is also soft, but it's a little, let's cut a little piece off here so we make it easier to handle. So here's that 22 gauge craft wire right here. And this one takes more, I can feel more resistance. Which these both have their purposes, but if you're wanting to wrap up fiber that can be kind of difficult to hold on to because fiber is not as solid as like a piece of metal. Fiber has more give and flexibility than a solid piece of metal. So here we go, like you see that? This has more, it's a little more, it wants to torque around, it doesn't want to bend. German style wire, since it's a medium temper, it's not a soft, dead soft, or soft. It will also break on you really easily. It's not my favorite to use for wrapping and stuff like that. It's good if you want to use, like, you need really firm dangles or something on the bracelet. So I'm gonna just keep doing this and see it. It breaks. All right, so we're twisting the craft wire. This brand, Bead Smith, 22 gauge. And so it also broke, but it has a little more softness to it. Let's see if we can try something else. And also this craft wire may be a little easy to put indentations into, but I think they're a little easier to get out. The indentations in your wire. Let's see. I'm trying to see how this, if I like really twist it around and beat it up. Now let's see. Some weird testing I'm doing here. Oh man, that's so much more tough on the hands, just FYI. If you're doing this, I really think playing with like softer wire might help. So I'm just trying to get this all kinked up and weird. And all right, so we got 2 kinked up pieces. So German style and then just soft craft wires. It's that. It doesn't say the temper on this craft wire because it's just cheap craft wire. So this is me working it out. Let's see if I can, oh, God, just put a big hole in my desk. Cool, awesome. I don't know how I just did that with my hand. So, okay. Since a tight focus, it's harder to, so I'm just seeing how this softer craft wire works with getting kinks out, and really helps to have nylon tools. So all those bends kind of came out pretty okay. It's not great. You could kind of see where it's a little chewed up, but it's not terrible. So let's take apart this loop and see how this works. Here, using this very soft craft wire. Trying to stay on the screen, it's just hard to see. I wish there was like a alarm that would go beep, 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 you're off the screen. So I'm just trying to see if I can, like, you would have a hard time stringing really small, delicate beads on here probably because of the unevenness. So I'm gonna hold it with one hand. If there's stuff in the background, it won't focus on the foreground, and it's really frustrating. Okay, so that cheaper, softer craft wire, you know, has some funny stuff in the wire, but it came out pretty okay after being all beat up, and it didn't break. So let's try that here with the German style wire. I got it all kinked up here, and also a loop in it. Okay, so start working on this one. It's a little tougher to work out because it's firmer, medium temper. Temper is its malleability, bendiness. Soft is the easiest, dead soft is the easiest wire to bend. Okay, this isn't too bad so far. It's a little more tough on the hands because it is a tougher, firmer wire to deal with. So just remember, German style wire is more tough than a lot of other craft wires in the beading section at your local store, or if you're shopping online. Okay, so, all right, just gonna grab onto these bent nose, chain nose pliers. I don't know what the names of them are. Okay, this isn't too bad. It's a little tougher, but it's happening. Okay. So these are the same gauge, different brands, different tempers, different types of beading craft wire. So this is super soft. I don't know if it's technically dead soft. I think it is when I touch it, but it's actually been kind of work hardened right now. So it's a lot firmer after doing all the twisting and pulling on it. So yeah, it's possible. But yeah, the more you work this German style wire, since it's so rigid already in its state as you buy it, the more it gets worked, the more rigid it gets, and then the more likely it's going to break in half or something. I hope that helps you see how the wire is a little different than dead soft. So I have a piece. Here's the roll of the German wire. It's gauge 22. I'm gonna cut off a piece. So I'm just gonna use this, since that's what you're using, Dianna. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. I'm gonna ensure this is level and the braid is how I like it. I did a tighter braid. It's not perfect. There's some, the tension isn't perfect in it, but that's fine. Ruler up here with me is 12 inches of wire. So what you want to do with the wrapping when you get down here, you want to have a tail. Oh, man, I'm going to be honest, Deanna. This temper doesn't feel good with the softness of this braid. I think it's going to fight me a lot. But I'm going to try because I don't know if you have any other kind of wire. So I'm gonna have my tail. I'm going to brace it with my finger on the back side or just the side. I'm going to pinch down and hold it. As I'm pinching down, you know, I'm going to bring it over. Get out of the screen there. I'm going to over. And then I back around again. Let's see. All right. Is that how I like? Oh, all right. See, so it's secured there. I mean, that is the one nice thing about the German style. It's the firmness is, it's nice and snug on the fabric. And so I'm going to wrap again, wrap again, wrap again. Okay. These tails are in the way, but that's part of the crafty beady life, is dealing with stuff that's in the way so we can finish our projects. Or you're like me and you get distracted with bead soups and wanting to sort them and then realizing you have way more crystal style glass than you thought and you need to reorganize that. And like, can I just work on my project, Rebecca? All right, so you can see here, it is now nicely, snugly on there. It can kind of come back. I can feel it pulling if I pull really hard. Yep, I can. So I kind of want to, I think I want to go just a little bit tighter down. Since I can kind of pull this a little, I want to go a little tighter somewhere. I want to go a little tighter at the top. Yeah, I'm going to go tighter at the top. Since I've got this, I'm going to, okay. Yeah, even, I mean, I am having trouble holding this German wire. Okay, now I want to get tighter here too. Yeah, that's really loose. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Deanna and everybody, it's way easier to use these softer temper wires, not this medium gauge stuff. Okay, it's still wanting to slide. So if I can get it. Okay. I need to get a good grip. So I'm going to get a good grip on holding the, I think I'm going to grab a little bit of that wire too. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this edge of wire because otherwise it's just going to keep twisting in my hand if I don't also grab the wire along with the fibers. Man, my throat is dry. I am so thirsty all the time. It is not fun. All right, so I'm pulling really tight here. Oh, woof. Don't want to smush my project. I'm also kind of like guiding it while holding this in my hand. It's, you start to learn how to use your fingers in ways that you may not always know how to explain. You know, like, I was like, okay, this finger's doing this, you know, it's like playing an instrument. It's funny. Okay, so I want to twist around because I don't have a bottom grip of that wire there. So, the wire keeps coming out of the grip. Make sure I grab that. Do it really tight. Finish. Kind of have like, that's kind of nice. I kind of like that look where it's kind of got that more cone shape, like it opening up. Gonna grab some chain nose pliers. Okay, let's see, is this? Okay, that's way more secure now. So yeah, you gotta work with your wire, get it really tight on that fiber because that fiber will keep condensing and the wire will become more loose. Because, you know, fiber is not as tough and fixed as some other things we have in this project. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. I tucked that wire in the nest of the scrappy mess there. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Okay, now these long, I'm not sure how long I want. I want it to feel nice and loose, but I don't want it too long, because this is a little too long for me. Just my personal feeling for a book. It just, I don't know. It's not my thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it way too much. So I'm going to cut it at an angle or something. I don't think it really seems to matter here. I'm not going to cut them all the same length because I want them to have kind of a... Okay, get that out of there. Let's see, how do I... All right, what is this shaping up to look like? Get all the extra ick and loose fibers off. If your fiber is giving you tough times, you can get it wet with some cool water and let it hang and sit the way you want it to look, and just let it flat air dry or something on a paper towel. And your fiber should be more friendly to your ideas of what you want to see, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. All right, that get kind of an angle on that, a nice sharp angle. I'm gonna save my scraps I save all kinds of scraps. If you've seen my videos, and Dianna, I know you have, you know I save my scraps. Okay, so you kind of have like a medium, or short, medium, long. I cut these kind of at an angle. I don't know about this. What do you think about this? Do you think this should be cut at an angle? You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what I did at the top. The top, when I turned it over and I wrapped some beads onto it and a dangle, it's not the best, but because honestly that German style wire is difficult to deal with in my hands right now. I went ahead and just add more more of a spray with the fiber here. So I don't know, what do you think that should be like what's down here? Actually I'm nervous to do that, because this fiber, these sari silk and chiffon fibers are pretty soft and delicate, and I don't know, I think I'm going to keep them more intact the more that I think about it. And I'm leaving a lot of this in like this dialogue in my head, you know, talking out loud. So I don't know, I guess my process and like trying to think about what could go wrong and how to like keep the best integrity to the piece for a long time. All right, so now what do we want to do here, Dianna? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna start like just talking to myself. I'm gonna start naming myself Dianna. Deanna's like, wait, what? Don't do that, Rebecca. Don't be that crazy. All right, let's get some tools out of the way that we don't need. All right, so what do we want? What do we want going down here at the bottom? So how do we want to dangle? How do we want to dangle some beads down here? I've done some, I got distracted and I've been trying to find kind of beads from some bead soups and stuff I have. I was kind of thinking also of just being really ridiculous with like the sparkles and the bling, like using like these two Sams from April 2021, kind of like that sparkle with that pink, but I also kind of like these pinkish potato pearl style beads. They're check beads, they're not actual pearls. I don't know. And then I got I grabbed some, again, these are these mushroom containers from the produce. I eat tons of vegetables and I love mushrooms. Again, these aren't the most sturdy, like it's not bad. They don't hold the heaviest of weight, but if you need to like organize and you're in your room and you're wanting to pick up stuff, I highly suggest recycling vegetable containers. So I was thinking of making like something more outside of my norm of using gold, really sparkly beads because I'm always like, I don't know how to use crystals, like crystal glass. And I have a ton of them, and I like looking at them, but then when I start putting them in pieces to wear, I just like... I'm using this here as a dangle down here to kind of mirror this ring down here to dangle at the bottom. I like to mirror some things like that. So, all right, our first challenge is to how do we end this with the German wire here at the end. This is going to be the spray. I've cut these. So how do we do this? So I'm going to pull apart, let's see, this purple ribbon. Okay, I'm going to pull apart 2 ribbons on one side and the thicker ribbon on another. Okay, then we'll wrap it a little more. Get it to line up over here. Let's see. Gosh, it's hard to see when you have a camera in your way and you have to work at an angle. It's kind of awkward. So we might have to use another wire to batten down the hatches on this thing I got going here. All right. I don't know if you can even see that, what I just did. I made a little 90-degree angle, making the tail wire come down. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see it. This screen on the camera is way too small. Okay. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna hold down where this wire is turned at a 90 degree. And I'm gonna hold that, and I'm gonna use my fingers in curious ways. Okay. So I got that wire going across in there in the center. I'm gonna bring it up. Hope this doesn't mess up the display. Bring it up. Get more of a 90-degree angle and make it a little tighter. Okay. Then we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it at the very top, very tight. I hope this makes sense, Dianna. I am just like experimenting. I feel like if you've ever seen Twin Peaks and you see Agent Cooper and he's talking into the little, you know, voice recorder, and he's like, Diane, and he tells you like everything he's thinking about and things he's found, and I feel like I'm doing that like every time I'm like, hey, Dianna. Okay. All right. So we got, we did it. Oh no. Back, trying to focus. Sorry, guys. All right, I did it. I don't know what I'm doing. Get out of it. Get out of it. Okay, I hate how it won't focus on the foreground. So do you see that? It's kind of goofy looking. It's not the worst. There's a little separation there, so I'm gonna see if I can push these together, get this more squeezed and compact. There we go. All right, and now we have a kind of a cross wire underneath that hopefully we can hang a dangle from like that. And then this would be like a circle here and then a circle here. So do we want it like really stuffed in here, or do we want it to come down a little bit more with some chain so it's a little more flowy? Or do you want it here where it's more knick-knocky? I personally think I would like to see just a tiny bit of chain. I have some random gold chain up here, little pieces I have, scraps. I like to reuse chain links as jump rings. If you've seen my thing that I always pull out here. Like, you save all your weird quirky chain and jump rings, and it's fun. It's good. It's a good healthy activity. I don't know if it's healthy activity. I'm sorry. I am not a doctor. Is there another chain? Like, that's only 3 links. I want. All right, that's the other thing we gotta decide. Like, how long do we want to hang from here? Okay, so let's look at this. This is here. Let's bring this to the focus of the center of the screen. So if this was here, like, where do we want it? I think I don't want it to come down past these guys. I think I still want it like in the woods of the ribbon down here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just say weird things. Something like that. Okay, so boop, boop, boop. Where's my ruler? Here's my ruler. There we go. Gosh, I've had this ruler since I was a contractor doing surface finishing art stuff in Dallas. These are really handy. That looks like, oh, my eyes are bad. It's like almost 1.5 inch of chain, just a little less. So, let's get this moved over a little bit. I'm gonna use a little thicker chain. Then I don't want to use this really thin chain. I don't think. I like this little bit slightly bigger chain, curb chain, or whatever it's called. I'm not a chain expert. I'm not really good at remembering chain type names. There's just so many chain to like think about. Okay, so we got like 1.5 here. I'm gonna run it maybe just tiny bit shorter, just to keep it safe. Just a little over 1 inch. And these do have those links that open. They're not soldered shut. So you can use your pliers to open them. So you can reuse the chain link like that. This one here I can reuse as a jump ring if I want. Okay. I'm going to be really careful. I'm kind of shaky today. Not having a good... kind of doing some medication changes, and I'm also going through a medication withdrawal, one of my bipolar meds. This is the problem with like pharmacies. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like, it's so hard to get medications now because so many people have abused, these drugs that we need. And it's like, I am not abusing this stuff. But it's like, even if it's not a really highly controlled substance like a Schedule II, you still have to jump through a lot of hoops, and now it takes forever with like, when Joy cut the post office, like hours and people's time they could work, and mail got really slow with the U.S. postal system. I mean, it's really affected people like me, who rely, because I live in the middle of almost nowhere in the Montana, which is not, I live in a city, but Montana is like regionally, there's nothing near it. We are it. So it's not easy getting stuff here, like getting vegetables, it's kind of an ordeal. So yeah, when my meds are slow or late, it really messes me up, and I can't function. It's really difficult. That's the reason I'm on the medication. The only reason, I only take medications that I really have to. I do not want to take medications I don't need, Like, I'm pretty careful about that. Because, like, if you don't watch it, they'll end up prescribing you a ton of stuff. Okay. I am trying to get this link. Maybe I should use the regular jump ring, but I wanted the chain to kind of match whatever link was holding on to this wire I crossed under here. I don't know if the camera's focusing on this, but I can't. I'm having a hard time seeing. I gotta get some glasses. I gotta get my eyes checked again, get my prescription updated, because my glasses are really out of date, and I don't even wear them because they're like almost pointless at this point. They don't really do much. But get in my way. Okay, let's see. I don't know, that doesn't feel quite straight, that little... Yeah, there's a little nub on there. I feel it catching. I don't like little scratchy nubs. I like to make sure I get all the weird little wire straggly bits tucked into their places so those wires don't scratch on you or catch something and snag your sweater or, like your favorite blanket. If you're using this as a bookmark, you may be having this on your couch with you while you're reading. Okay, nice and smooth in there now. All right, Dianna, what do you think of that? It's hard to, I can't see what I'm doing. Stop hiding. Maybe I should add more stuff. It seems like it's hiding in there too much. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dianna? It's kind of hard to get it all focused on the camera. I'm gonna pull some of these extra fibers that are coming off. And I saved these fibers too. If you've seen me make beads using sari silk, these fibers are really wonderful to have on hand. So don't throw them away if you have nice sari silk fibers. So this is me trying to lay this out all fancy. So I want to add some dangles like to this somehow. to have some kind of like a, I need some different links though, and they're kind of all little, so, geez, I'm just throwing beads. Oh no, some beads just went flying and I don't know where they went. It's so sad. I just found a bead on the floor. Okay. All right, so like, how do we want to do this? How do we want to hook on to this? All right, so we got this. Like, how do we want this dangled on here? Look at that. And then, how do we want them on there? Do we want to do like a loop chain? I don't know, that chain doesn't. All right, here's the part of the video where Rebecca just starts talking to herself because she's not sure what to do yet. Do we want to like put a chain around it like that? That just, I don't want to cover up this ring either because it's a beautiful Ethiopian Wolo money ring and it's gorgeous. It's a, you know, it's not the real thing. It's an imitation. Made in Africa, but an imitation of what it should be. They're still gorgeous. Beautiful brass with a highly beautiful polish. Shoot, let's see. So if we do that, sometimes I think through like how things are engineered or put together and try to dissect them and then put them back together in my head again. I sit around thinking about how things work and how, you know, I used to take things apart and kind of look at stuff, see how they worked as a kid. All right, let's see. What can I do? Oh my gosh, I'm having a emergency. Rebecca's having a brain freeze. That'd be too many? Would that be some insane book bling? Book bling. Book. I'm like thinking of a chicken. Book bling. Buck. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm kind of manic. I'm sorry. I need my bipolar meds. I apologize. Oh boy, it's toasty in here. I don't. Oh man. It's the other part of like going through a med withdrawal is, whew, it can feel toasty. Let's see. Let's get a big, fun, gold jump ring. Big, chunky, thick, fun jump ring. What about the, ooh, that one's not chunky, but it's got a nice, get this wrapped around here again. Get this. Big, thick one. Will that fit in the chain? That should fit in there. Okay. You want to make sure your thick gauge will fit through the small chain links. Okay, I'm gonna hold the chain. Can you see that? So just, oh, come on, Rebecca. Don't go throwing things around with your tools. We got that. We got it on there. And I'm going to throw on the little tiny jump ring, even though I'm going to have to open it in a second. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Well, no, I don't have to open it. I can open the other one that's almost already open, so we'll just do that instead. All right, let's see what we've got here. Can you see what I did there? It's like hard to get a good angle. There we go. Here we go. Now you can see here where I have the copper chain with the jump ring attaching the chain around the Wolo ring, and then another smaller jump ring. And on top of that, I'm going to add this. But first, I want to add, okay, let's look at these. Like, they're all pretty similar in length, which I kind of should not have done, because that's not, I kind of think these would be fun earrings, like, what's the word? Non-symmetrical, like asymmetrical, just different design earrings, if you're into funky stuff like that. Okay, so put these, let's see, does that look okay? Yeah, it looks okay. Get back on there. You don't do what you want to do, you do what I want to do. This ain't no game. Well, okay, it's kind of a game, because it's fun, even though it can be hard sometimes. All right, so yeah, this jump ring, let's get this, see if we can get this in view. I can grab onto it. So this jump ring is pretty loaded with stuff. And you know, when you put this much stuff on a jump ring, it's going to splay out kind of like an A shape, because these pieces are fighting for real estate, and there's not a lot of space in there, and so it feathers out like that when they're all laying next to each other. So we're gonna get this a little bit more open. It's pretty soft, nice, beautiful rope design jump ring. Kind of wish it was a little thicker and a more elaborate jump ring. I might add another jump ring to make it look more interesting. It's so soft, I can just use my hand to help close it. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Okay, where's another? There it is. I mean, guys, I need gold stuff. I need and I also need bead caps. No, I just need like metal stuff. I don't have a lot of metal. It's weird. Part of the reason this took so long is because I had to sort through even more metal stuff, and I'm like, wow, I have hardly any. Okay, that's kind of got an edge to it. I can feel a little scrapey edge. Something's not quite sitting right on there, so I want to fix that, because again, I don't want it to be a sweater snagger. That sounds weird. Snagging jump ring. It's got a little edge there. I just can't. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, no, that's fine. All right, that's no big deal. Some of these bead caps are a little rough themselves. All right, so we're gonna get another one of these. I want to do a double jump ring on this. Where's the order? I'm seeing if you can see, hoping I can make it visible for you. It's more focused. Okay, so you can see I got this open jump ring here. I want to get the rest of these guys on there. Actually, I need to open it the other way. This one's leaning back towards it because of my hand dominance and the shadows and stuff I'm doing here. So this one will go on. Just take our time, make sure we get these in order, laying correctly, so they don't get all weird on us. If you're sitting with me this whole time, you have a lot of patience. My creativity's been on a real stump, and I've been trying to be a little more adventurous, with this project today. Different from what I do, because I usually am really earthy and a bunch of earthy tones sometimes. But then I guess I do some jazzy colors once in a while. Okay, that one needs to come. Okay, that one just needs to come closer a little bit. And we're gonna get this to make sure. Oh, nice. Oh man, Dianna, I hope we're done with this. You're such a good friend if you watch all this, and hopefully I edit it down and it's not too miserable to watch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bling, your books, baby. Everybody, you should be out there reading, folks. Reading's good for ya. Trying to get this stuff. It's just way too much. That's right, buddy. Your book is going to be blinged out, and it's thanks to Rebecca and Dianna. Okay, let's grab a book. Hold on, let me grab a book real quick. Maybe some. Okay, I got my sketchbook, an old one of my mini sketchbooks. So this ribbon bookmark fits quite perfectly in this book that I made. Sketchbook that I've had for a while. I have many again. So this is gonna be really crazy. So let's see if we can get this set up on my desk. What's the bling? What do you guys think? So it looks nice on this black book. And then you have the tail sticking out. So you have that ring down here mirroring that. So what do you guys think? So that is our book. Blinged bookmark. Isn't that a little insane? It's got that little headdress type thing I love. I've got some really ridiculously pearly, sparkly dangles. And then we have a simple bottom. Could have done more dangles down here, but I don't know. I kind of just want to go simple. finish the bookmark. So what do you guys think? It's kind of hard to see, I know. Let's see if I can get this. Hey Deanna, I hope you're doing good. I hope you like this. Let me know. Let me know if you have any ideas yourself. Like, let's get weird. Let's just get weird with the beads. And people are like, what is that? Because that's always been my life. People have been like, what are you doing, Rebecca? You're doing weird stuff. And so I'm going to spread my weird craftiness to others. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I hope you're reading and beading. Here it is. It's finished. It's easy to see, I hope. My chair is making noises. But yeah, I think it's not too bad. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching. Love you bunches.